Welcome back to Living Life in Arizona. Are you thinking of moving to Arizona? Today, we're going to share with you 8 things that you need to know before moving here. Let's go.
Well, before we start, I'm Sean.
I'm Betty.
We're a husband and wife real estate team here in the Phoenix metro area.
If you're thinking of moving to Arizona or you already live here and you're thinking of purchasing or selling a home, reach out to us. All of our info is down below. We would love to help you.
All right, let's get started. So we have 8 things that you're going to want to know before moving to Arizona. And these are, so we just sat around and talked about like things that we wish we kind of knew before we moved here. These are probably not the only things you need to know, but I think this is
helpful to know, I think.
Yeah, it's a good baseline of things that you should know before you come out here. And if there's stuff that we missed, please throw it in the comments. Let us know. We would love to hear about those points. But let's start with
subscribe to our channel.
So let's start with number 1. Number one is Arizona. It's not just Phoenix.
Yes.
So a lot of times what we used to think is just like Phoenix is the desert, and not just the desert, but we just think of Arizona as Phoenix. But Arizona is so diverse in its landscape, in its just like how it is on the map. So you have Phoenix, you have all these other sub-cities like Gilbert, Scottsdale, Peoria, Surprise, which you don't think about. And then if you go south, you have Tucson. Up north, you have Sedona, Flagstaff, all these different stuff that most people think Phoenix, but there's so much more than Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it's a very diverse lifestyle. So you have the city life in the Phoenix metro area. And even like in the suburbs, you still feel like it's a city because there is so much to do. And then you go up north, and then the weather changes as well. So it's not just like you get, desert heat and then landscape in one
all
area.
over.
It's diverse. So up north, you got the
foresty look.
Yes, the pine trees, and it snows up there. So there's a lot of the diversity just in the...
Yeah, and it snows. And so we never thought it snows. I've seen the Phoenix metro, it doesn't really snow. But if you go up hour and a half to Payson, we were literally up there, and we'll post a little photo of my daughter with the snowman. Like, there was a lot of snow.
It was probably like, what, a foot of snow?
No, not a foot. But
our son was not about it.
Yeah, we'll post some videos. He was like, he didn't know what to do with the snow. It was so cold.
Get it off of him.
Yeah, the weather wasn't even that cold. Just the snow was cold.
It was a shock for him.
Yeah.
He had never seen snow before.
Yeah. So, Arizona is just not Phoenix.
It feels like kind of the 4 seasons up there, too.
Yeah, up north, you get 4 seasons.
4 seasons. Like, people don't think that you get 4 seasons in Arizona. Yes, in the Phoenix metro, it's kind of short-lived. It's very short. I think the transitions are a lot harsher, but there's so much more to Arizona than just the Phoenix area, which is the beauty of living here.
Yeah.
You get to explore and experience different landscape, weather.
So let's keep going. Number 2, Arizona is more developed than we had thought. And a lot of people thought, like, when we were moving here, my parents were like, you're going to the desert, there's nothing out there. And my parents ended up moving here, but they were
very shortly after,
talking a lot of crap, I would say, excuse my language, but about like, oh, there's nothing to do in Arizona. What are you guys going to do? And do you want to talk about just it's how developed it is?
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was going to be not a lot, because before we moved here, we were kind of doing research, and you can't really get a gauge of like what a city is like until you come and visit. And I was very surprised. It's very alive, and I thought it was going to be more like farm and cows, and
which we
do have that, but it's like a very outskirts of the city. But you have everything you need everywhere. So you have the communities, like the neighborhoods, and then you have the big shopping and everything in access. And
I think everything, like, for the most part, depending where you are, a lot of the shopping centers and stuff are newer, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of newer, so it's cleaner. Like just going back to Jersey, because I'm from Jersey originally, you just see how things are just been around for 70, 80 years, right? Which is cool too, it has its own little uniqueness. But here, everything is just newer, right? Some, like, we're in Gilbert, there's these parts here are like 5 years old.
Yeah.
So everything is just cleaner, newer. So that's super cool. We didn't get bigger. Yeah, a lot bigger. So we didn't expect that. So that was good to know that things are just more developed than we had originally thought.
Yes. And then you have like also like little like businesses and downtown areas in every city as well. So you don't have to travel much to have,
Yeah. So
experience.
let's talk about number 3. Kind of to piggyback, you said you don't have to travel much. Yes, but yeah, it's yes and no. So number 3, everything is spread out. And okay, so like in your immediate, let me kind of preface this, in your immediate neighborhood for the most part, you're going to have your shopping, you're going to have your grocery stores always nearby. But if you're trying to go somewhere, it's typically 20 to 40 minutes.
Yes. I think 20 minutes.
Just for every, well, 20 minutes, like if you're going to explore out of your like little circle.
Yes.
Right. So to your point, because kind of what you were saying is like car dependency is like, you need a car.
You need a car.
And you need 2 cars if you're like in a household together.
Yes. It would be really hard to have one car or just not have a car at all. It would be impossible.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
You could probably manage to walk to shopping if you live close to like a shopping area. But yes, if you're going to go anywhere, it would be, but we do have abundance of Ubers.
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, everything is spread out. Like our friends, family, everything is like 20, 30 minutes.
Yes. So if you're moving from a city and you don't have a car right now, I would say secure a car as soon as possible. Even
yeah, you're going to need one.
Yeah,
you're going to need one.
As soon as you move here, you're going to need a car.
And then you want to talk about kind of like...
Oh, yeah. So everything is spread out. And one thing that it kind of was very... like it stood out to me when we first moved here and I would ask people, oh, where do you live? And they would literally give me the cross streets of their house. Like they would say like baseline in, 101. Like, and I was like, where is that? And what city is that in? Because I'm from Maryland. If you asked me, when I was living in Maryland, where are you from? I would say the city that I'm from, and then like maybe, the surrounding areas. But here people like specific, they'll give you like, like one section of like their actual address.
Yeah, they give you cross streets here, which is different. And we're used to it now too. Like when someone's like, oh, where do you live? Oh, Wrecker and War.
We kind of say that too.
Yeah. And maybe they could throw it up on the map on the screen, but like just the way things are, it's very like you have the north and south road, east and west, and everything just kind of like you could get from one end of the city to the other in one road. Like you don't have to like turn 10 times. Like everything is pretty set up, pretty cool, where it's like easy to get around.
Yeah, it's not like the East Coast where like it's not, because it's a newer city compared to like New Jersey.
Yeah, just like Indian School Road will go from Scottsdale all the way to like Surprise. Like it just goes.
Yeah.
And then that's big.
It's hard to get lost. I mean, yeah, would you say it's kind of hard to get lost?
I mean, you can
find your way.
You can if like, because that road runs through different cities, so like it can get a little.
Yeah, if you don't know where this. Yes. I mean, I use GPS everywhere I go, regardless of how long I've been anywhere.
So let's go with the next one, number 4. Now, this is something when we were living like in the East Coast, it was prevalent, but not really as big at all. Like HOAs are everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we have master planned communities where master planned communities are just basically
an entire town
in a community, right? Like it's crazy, which I've never seen before. And HOAs are so you have Eastmark, you have Verrado and Buckeye, which is a really cool one. There's just a ton of master planned communities and just HOAs in general. So like if you're coming out buying a new home or whatever, it's going to be in an HOA community, right? Now there's certain parts of like, I would say homes in areas that have been around for a little bit longer from like the 90s, 80s, 70s are typically going to be no HOAs, but the newer communities are always going to be HOAs. So it's just kind of weird. Like we've never experienced that living in the East Coast as much. Like if it was like a condo or a townhome, it was an HOA. But a single family home to be in a HOA was rare, I would say.
Yes. I mean, when I was in Maryland, we used to live in a townhome community, but it had HOA. But outside of that, we didn't have anything like the master community stuff.
So, and if you guys are thinking of like moving out here and are kind of thinking, hey, we don't want an HOA or we do want an HOA, because there's pros and cons to both, and maybe we'll do a video on pros and cons of HOAs here. reach out to us. We'll definitely get you set up with a list of homes that are like, hey, no HOAs, a little bit more lenient in what you want. Or if you're looking for homes with HOAs, reach out to us. Our information is below. We would love to help you guys out. And if you guys want to just go online and search homes, homesbyshant.com, our website where you can go search, just like it's like Zillow. It's the most up-to-date. You're getting stuff from the MLS. So if you guys want, homesbyshant.com. Yeah, anything else you wanted to add about HOAs?
Some people love them, some people hate them. I mean, it's a mix. Like literally, you ask one person, oh, they're
it's a love-hate.
Yeah, like there's some people love like the somebody in charge of everybody, making sure everything is clean and like not cluttered outside of their home. And some people are like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want anybody telling me what to do.
Yeah,
because they have some of them have restrictions.
Yeah. Number 5. Now, this is not something like, oh my God, you need to know, but it's interesting because we never thought about it, I think, till we moved here.
I don't think we knew.
We did it, right?
We didn't. I think it was like a surprise. We thought like, oh, it is going to happen, and it didn't.
So in Arizona, they don't change the times, right? There's no daylight savings time. There's none of that. So you just...
The time is the time.
It is what it is. Now, where it gets a little complicated, so we have family in the East Coast.
Yeah.
I work with our company as, in California. So like we do a lot of Zooms and like either talking to friends back home or family. Like I feel like for everyone else in the States, you're just like, oh, the time is the time. And it's always 3 hours ahead, 3 hours behind. For us, it's like we have to calculate.
Yes.
Oh, wait, right now, is it 2 hours or 3 hours, right? Like,
yeah.
And then, California now is an hour behind us. Now it's the same time.
Yeah.
And then Colorado is a little bit, because like I work with a lot of agents from all over.
Mountain Standard Time.
Yes.
At all times.
Yeah. But they're like it gets a little, at first it's a little confusing.
Yes, because especially if you're coming from a state that does participate, I don't know why we just don't participate.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, or just like Wild West.
I think it's us in Alaska. You can fact check me on that. I think it's just us in Alaska that don't have
I believe it.
Change their times.
We're just like, nope, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we like it. Yeah, we like it.
I mean, it does get like darker earlier in the winter time here too, but it's not that. And I believe that's why the
for like the farmers and stuff.
Yeah, but it doesn't affect us as much because there's sun every day.
Yeah, I like it. It doesn't change time. You're just trying to calculate other states when you're communicating is the only.
Yeah, so keep that in mind.
Yeah,
it could be a big shift for some people.
Especially if you're coming on work schedules and stuff. Like if you have East Coast time for work.
Remote.
Yeah.
And yeah. So,
but I will say there's nothing. So I was living in the East Coast. I like watching sports, right? And if you're watching sports, like sometimes there's NBA games on at like 11:30 at night when you're on the East Coast. Now it's like 8:30. It finishes. It's good. It's not super late.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, Super Bowl is done super late, early. So it's,
so you don't have to.
We don't change. It's good. We like
to keep it this way.
Okay, number 6. I can't believe we've had this channel and we've been talking about Arizona for pretty long time, and we haven't mentioned guns.
Yeah. How many do we have? You were very excited when we first, you ran to get your first gun when we first moved.
Did I?
Yes, it was like not necessary at all. We were in a safe area, but you were like, I remember you were very excited to get. How many guns do we have right now? 2?
Just 2.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not like, we're not crazy.
But I remember your excitement on how fast you got it. And how you were excited about how easy it was, how inconvenient.
Let's talk about it, right? So a lot of states are different than Arizona, right? For when it comes to guns, right? We are open carry state, so there's no permit required to own a gun, right? You just have to be over 18 years old for private. Okay, so 21. The only thing you need is when you go to the stores, you got to get a background check, and that takes about 10 minutes. So literally, you can go to a regular, I went to Ace Hardware.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Yeah, I think it's cool now.
It's odd to get a gun from Ace Hardware.
Well, it's odd if you come from somewhere else, but now it's kind of cool.
Yes, but coming from...
Yeah, at first it was weird. So I just walked in.
The hardware.
They did a background check, 10 minutes, and walked out with a gun. Right now, whatever your stance is on that, that's your decision. I'm just saying, giving you guys how it is. Now, we are an open carry state. So you could carry openly without a permit. And also conceal carry, you could conceal carry without a permit. So that means you could hide it in you and not show it. In most states, you need permits for that. In Arizona, you don't need a permit. Only time you need a permit is if you're trying to cross state lines and stuff. But obviously, that's a different topic. I'm not really that well versed in it. But obviously, there's areas where they say no guns, right? Stuff like that.
They do something. You see it like on the stores.
You know, my impression, like before moving here, when I knew it was like no guns, but I didn't know the full laws and stuff. Like I was like, oh my God, are people just? Is it like the Wild Wild West where everyone's just walking around with their handguns and people are shooting each other, right? It's not like that at all. Right now, it's like when you kind of see someone with a gun showing it, you kind of feel safer because you know if something goes down, this guy is ready.
Yeah, well, it depends on the person. I think for me, it depends on the person.
Well, of course.
Well, how they're carrying themselves.
But I think it's also a deterrent.
Yeah,
It can be a deterrent.
Yeah,
right?
it kind of always like makes me feel. But it's have the option if you.
Yeah, I think it's good to know that you have that ability to get a firearm, protect your house. You can even carry it around with you. Like coming from New York, New Jersey, and Maryland, it was like, it's weird for us, like coming here, like, oh my God, like carrying a gun and this and that. But like, obviously with the proper training and stuff, I think it's a good thing to have. If everyone else has it, you might as well have one too.
Yeah, don't miss out.
Yeah. So number 7, do you want to talk about number 7?
Yes, wellness and fitness is huge. That's a huge industry here. There are gyms in pretty much every shopping center that you drive by. There is a gym in either a private gym or a big gym. Wellness centers are big now. They're popping up everywhere. Kind of like the saunas, the cold plunge, those types of centers, like they're huge, popping up everywhere. And also there's like this new thing that I've been seeing a lot of. It's this specific workout. They just gear you up with stuff. And I forget what it's like a vibration that they kind of like as you're working out, it's supposed to stimulate the muscle even more. So you need to work out less. But they have a lot of those particular gyms too. I've seen like 7 or 8 of them from my commute from here to where I drop off the kids to school. So it's a big industry here, and I believe we're more advanced in a lot of states in that field.
Yeah, like the wellness
field is huge.
Also, like resorts, we have a lot of nice spas.
Yeah.
So like iCryo, shout out to iCryo. We're not sponsored by them, but we love going to iCryo.
Yeah.
It's, they have the cryotherapy, they have the compression pads, sauna, red light therapy.
They do IV therapy. So it's a lot of those it's a lot of them, and it's nice. You have options.
Yeah, Perspire sauna, just like a sauna place, which I've never seen stuff like that. I've seen California. I think they have a good amount.
But I don't think as much. As it is here, as widely as spread. But we love it. Like yoga studios everywhere, meditation studios everywhere. So there's a lot of emphasis on just wellness and fitness, which if you're into that stuff, it's great. So you have options and you can take advantage.
Yeah.
You won't miss out.
Okay. So yeah, in the comments, please throw in there if you do anything we missed that people should know before moving here, let us know. So last, number 8, it's very, very, very touristy. Arizona is a hub for
bachelor parties,
bachelorettes, golf. People come out just to play golf. Like a lot of work trips people do out here. The big one is our snowbirds. Our retirement community that likes to, in the winters, come out here, right?
We love them.
Yeah, we love you guys, except for when the traffic is kind of tough. So like
in the morning.
Yeah, from like October till April is typically, and obviously during the holidays, they go back, a lot of them go back to their, wherever they're living. So yeah, it's very touristy, right? So with that, like if you guys are thinking of coming out or whatever and want to know kind of which spots to hit, drop us a comment, leave us, shoot us an email, let us know. And if you are a snowbird looking to relocate and you're looking for the best communities, let us know. We also did a best 55 plus communities that you could go look at, or just reach out to us directly and we'll get you set up with kind of specifically what you're looking for, because there's so many different ones. It's so cool. But yeah, what about like, so the tour stuff, like what are the spring training, Gulf.
But yeah, well, I was going to talk about like where the areas.
Okay.
Scottsdale is very touristy, of course. Downtown Scottsdale is like where that's basically like where you see a lot of the tourists, because that area is huge. There's a lot of stuff going on, like spas and the big major spas and stuff are there. And then the snowbirds, of course, like there's like we talked about, we have the communities are kind of spread out. But yeah, I feel like the city is catered towards that. So there's a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of just activity, and like every mile like you travel, there's like so many options of just different stuff that you can experience. It's different. I think it's very different than a lot of cities. Like it's very different than Maryland. Maryland was not like that at all. And you could feel it. Like you could feel how, going from city to city here. Like Gilbert, I would say where we live is not very touristy. Some areas, some pockets are, but mostly I would say Scottsdale, Phoenix area.
Yeah.
That's where you see tourists.
As you're talking, I wanted to look up, because, so sorry to distract you, just how many people come out, because like touristy, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would be a good.
Come out. And I pulled up. So we have like a couple of major events, right? One is the Gulf. Which one is that? Why am I blanking out on this? We've talked about it in multiple videos. Come out to the waste management.
Waste management.
So the waste management open is typically, I think, end of February.
It was in February, like mid.
Yeah. And then Barrett-Jackson is right around Barrett-Jackson auction, which is super cool, a very touristy attraction. But for waste management, on average, we get 500,000 to 700,000 people coming for that event, right? Obviously, some of them are here, but a lot of people do travel.
Well, also, we have Sedona. We have the Grand Canyon. So people come into our, Phoenix metro area to drive up to the Grand Canyon. So that also adds, it's not just the events, it's also the others,
Yeah, so
attractions that are here.
700,000 people attend. So you would say like half or so like come in, like a lot of people travel for that event here. The other one, so you said that spring training is a big one, right? In the month of March for baseball spring training, and nearly 2 million people attend those games. So a lot of people come out for this, right? It is.
So the airport
gets busy.
Very busy. So so February, March is a busy airport time.
Well, I think it starts like January, December holiday season. People come out a lot, right, to visit family. It's nice out, so people go to go to the Sedonas, like Betty mentioned. And then we have waste management, Barrett-Jackson. March, we have this. So and it's great weather.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are coming out. It's very busy. Plus the snowbirds, plus bachelor parties, all this stuff.
Bachelor parties. There's a lot of them.
It gets intense.
Yeah. However, I think our airport does a good job of man, I've never waited.
It's not insane.
Yeah, I've been in the Boston airport where it's nothing is happening, but there's just so many people waiting to go through TSA. We've never really waited that long.
No,
we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna miss our flight because we've been in this line for too long. So they do a good job.
I think, Phoenix Sky Harbor is a very busy airport and they have a lot of flights, and I think they do a good job of just
managing it better.
I think they do a good job. But yeah. And again, if we missed anything that you're like, hey guys, obviously our fellow Arizonians, if you want to throw in some stuff that people should know. I know a lot of times in the comments, you guys want to say, don't move to Phoenix. So here's the worst parts about it, because a lot of Arizonians don't want it to keep growing and expanding, right? Just because it gets traffic's getting a little tight.
You know what I just thought of? One thing that we've never mentioned is there are no tolls on our highways.
Yeah.
Just
no tolls. If you're coming from East Coast or anywhere, tolls. We have zero tolls in this state.
Tolls are annoying.
I guess this would have been the bonus one. Yeah. No tolls. Bonus. No tolls. We were driving to California and there was a toll there. We went for a conference and there was a toll, and I was like, what the heck? What do we do? Do we, because it's been a while for us. It's been 8 years since we lived in 9 years since Jersey, where every second, every step there was a toll.
Yeah. Right? You get on the highway.
You got to hit the toll. You get off, pay a toll. You got to do this, pay a toll.
You have to have that thing on your car.
Yeah. So yeah, no tolls, guys.
Yeah.
These were 8 things.
Well, not in bonus.
8.5 things you want to know before moving to Arizona, guys. If we did miss anything, please let us know in the comments. We would love to know if there's something you missed or something that you think is the most important thing that people should know before. And don't just say, don't move here, right?
Don't say the heat. Everybody knows that. We've done that.
We don't want to mention that because we know.
We've been there.
It's hot.
It's hot. Like, it is hot.
Yeah. So yeah, we appreciate you guys. If you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out to us. All our information is below if you're looking to buy or sell some real estate here in the Phoenix Metro.
Subscribe to our channel, like our video.
And leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
We'll see.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.